Yeah, so sorry for the interruption. Okay, so yesterday in previous session we were learning about SOAP web services. Okay, and then we got to know what is SOAP and what are SOAP web services. Two applications exchanging information between each other with the help of XML using SOAP as a protocol is known as SOAP web service. All SOAP web services exposed via WSDL 5, and all those WSDL file will be registered in a market that is UDDI. Okay, and the testing and request and response between two applications, which is based on XML using SOAP as a protocol, is known as SOAP web service testing. Easy. Now, as I said in my previous session that 95% of companies are not using SOAP web services. They all are using REST web services. Let's understand why. Okay, now these are some SOAP web service testing tool. With the help of these tools, we can do SOAP web service, we can perform SOAP web service. Now, okay, now again, I'm going to take the same example. Here I have one ICICI server. Okay, obviously, what is server? Server is a supercomputer which contains source codes. Don't forget this, very important. Okay, so we have one ICI server. Okay, this application has built with the help of some several features. Okay, and these features are developed. Okay, these are some features like payment, balance, loans. These are some features which has been developed in this application, that is ICICI. So these features are developed with the help of a programming language, Python has been used for the backend of the to develop the backend of this application. Okay, so we are doing REST web services. Whenever we are doing REST web services, data transportation will be done in JSON format. Whenever we are doing REST web services, data transportation will be done with the help of JSON. Okay, JSON. What is JSON? JSON help us to store and transport the data between two applications. Okay, in SOAP web services, how the data transportation was done? With the help of XML done. In REST web services, with the help of JSON, data transportation has done. Okay, now let's understand. Obviously, to convert this JSON uh, file into Python language, we have one parcel tool, that is JSON module. If it is Java has used to develop this application, then what will be the parcel tool? Jackson. Just because Python is here, that's why I have used JSON module as a parcel tool. Okay, then again, let's understand. These are some APIs for this. That's how REST APIs look alike. See, for payment, we have one separate API. For balance feature, we have one separate API. For loans, we have one separate API. Okay, so all these APIs, with the help of all these APIs, with the help of all these APIs, we are exchanging information with Meesho server. We are exchanging information with another application, that is Meesho. This application also built with some features with the help of a language, that is Java. These features are built. Okay, and again, we are doing REST web service here. So data transportation will be done in JSON format. Again, we need one parcel tool here. What parcel tool we need when we have to convert Java object into JSON? That is Jackson. Okay, with the help of Jackson, we can convert Java object into JSON. Okay, now Java object has converted into JSON. One request will send to in JSON format. One request will send to ICI server through APIs which has been provided by ICI server. Again, ICI server is provider here and consumer is Meesho. So the duty of provider is to test all the APIs, to web service testing, to test all the APIs before providing it to consumer, to whether with respect to performance, scalability, and security, that all those APIs which are provided by provider are are working with respect to performance or not, with respect to security or not, with respect to scalability or not. Okay, so these are things and that we will check while testing these APIs before providing it to consumer. So again, how they are exchanging information. See, one request will send into JSON format. Whenever request has sent into JSON format, that request we will call between two applications REST web service request. Okay, then with this request, then it will go here in JSON format. Then it will again parceling with the help of parcel 2. We will parse this thing. Okay, in Python language. Then it will, with the help of pyodbc database connectivity, it will go to database, extract the data which is needed, and will response back to that particular application in format of JSON. The response that we will get whenever we are doing REST web service, the response we will get in JSON format. The response we call it as REST web service response. Okay, the protocol which we have used here is HTTP protocol. The protocol that we have used here is HTTP protocol. In SOAP web services, we were using in SOAP web services, we were using SOAP as a protocol. Here in REST web services, we are using HTTP as a protocol. Okay, in REST web services, we are using HTTP protocol. Okay, with the help of this protocol, we are communicating, where it is acting like a common language between these two applications. So with the help of this protocol, we are communicating between these two applications. Okay, the request will be sent as REST web service request, and response that we are getting is REST web service response. Data transportation will be done in JSON format because we are performing here REST web service. Okay, now one important thing that I want to tell you. Got it? Got it, guys? Till here, do you have any doubts? Same as SOAP web service, just data transportation has done in JSON format. Got it? Okay, done. No doubt. So now, why all these companies are doing REST web services? Are doing REST web services? Why all these companies are doing REST web services? Because because whenever we are doing SOAP web service, data transportation will be done in XML format. Data transportation will be done in XML format. Whenever we are doing SOAP web service, data transportation will be done only in XML format. But when we are doing REST web service, data transportation can be done with the help of JSON, with the help of XML, with the help of JavaScript, with the help of text, and with the help of HTML. Okay, so it supports JSON, XML, JavaScript, text, HTML. So we can do data transportation in with these many format. Okay, in JSON format, XML, JavaScript, text, HTML format. That's why every company is doing REST web services, because if any application has developed with the help of JavaScript language, they can directly transport the data between two application without doing this parsing thing. Okay, they can directly, if database is MongoDB, then MongoDB is in JSON format, so we can directly go just one without this, just excluding this parsing part. We can directly connect to this application, and then directly connect to the database, one application to application, connect to database, without parsing. We can do REST web services. Okay, so that's why all those 95% companies are doing REST web services, because data transportation can be done in these many formats: in JSON format, in XML format, in JavaScript, text, and HTML format. Whereas in SOAP web services, data transportation can be done only in XML format. XML format, only in XML format. If there are some drawbacks of XML also, if you have written differentiation, if you have written uh, dif- um, difference between JSON and XML, then only you can know the major differences between JSON and XML. Like it is very difficult to retrieve the data from XML, because you can see it looks like a tree structure, whereas JSON, it is so easy to understand. We can write like in future classes as well, we are going to write some what body, we can write, we are going to give some body by ourselves. Okay, so it is very easy to retrieve data from JSON if that thing is written in JSON format. So retrieving value is very easy in comparison to XML. If we are retrieving value with the help of JSON, it is very easy, but if we are doing in XML, it is very difficult. Okay, so yeah. So whenever we are doing REST web services, data transportation can be done in JSON, XML, JavaScript, text, HTML format. Whenever we are doing SOAP web services, data transportation can only be done in XML format. Got to know? Got to know, guys? Is it clear? Is it clear why all the other companies are using REST web services? Why they are doing REST web services? Got to know? Please give me a response, guys. Oh, okay. What is difference between JSON and Jackson? Ravikant, Jackson is a parcel tool, and Jackson is used to change uh, Java object into JSON, and JSON is what? JSON is totally different. It is used to transport the data between two applications. Okay, so it is a very basic question if you have understand the concept. Yes. One time और please समझा दो. Okay. Okay, then again I will repeat. Okay. See. See. There is one application, ICI server, which is developed with the help of a language that is Python. So these many features like payment, balance, loans, these many features are developed in this ICICI application. Okay, and with the help of with the help of the Python language, it is developed. Okay, so for data transportation, we are doing here REST web services. For data transportation, we are using JSON. Okay, for data transportation, we are using JSON. In JSON format, we are doing data transportation. Okay, we're storing and transporting the data between two applications. Okay, so let's just like so ICICI has provided some APIs, like he has provided some separate APIs from payment, balance, loans. Okay, to Misho, to connect with Misho. So through these APIs, they are exchanging information between each other. So Misho has developed in in Java programming language. Okay, some features has are developed. So with the help of Jackson is a parcel tool. With the help of this parcel tool, we can convert Java object into JSON. Okay, this process we call it as serialization. Okay, now it is converted in JSON format. Okay, now it will store and transport the data in JSON format. It will go through these APIs, and it is just transporting the data from one place to one application to another application through these APIs. So the protocol that we use here is HTTP protocol. Whenever we are doing REST web services, we are using HTTP as a protocol. Okay, so the request we are sending from one server to another server, like whenever it is in JSON format, that request we call it as REST web service request. Now here also we have now in JSON format. Again we have to convert into programming Python programming language so that it can connect to database. Okay, so this process we call it as deserialization, and with the help of this JSON module parcel tool, we can convert JSON JSON file into Python object. Okay, then it is converted. Then with the help of PyODBC database connectivity, it is connecting to database and it is extracting the valid data and it will give response back. Okay, so then again we will convert with the help of JSON module. This process we call it as serialization. Then it will give response us. It is giving in JSON format, so response we will get is as REST web service response. The same response will go in Misho server. It will be stored in JSON format. Okay, then again with the help of this Jackson parcel tool, we will convert JSON into Java. This process we call it as deserialization again. Okay, now it is converted in Java. Okay, converted in Java, and then it will response as it will give HTTP response to browser. So that's how it will work. So whenever we are doing REST web services, HTTP protocol will be used, and we can transport data in JSON format, in XML, in JavaScript, in text, in HTML format. Whereas in when we were doing REST SOAP web services, we can do data transportation only in XML format. But when we are doing REST web services, we can do data transportation with the help of we can do transportation in data transportation in JSON format, XML, JavaScript, text, and HTML. So that's why all those 90 to 95% companies are using are doing REST web services. Okay, so now we can say that two applications we can now let's make a definition, very easy definition. Two applications exchanging information with each other and like with the help of like using HTTP as a protocol based on JSON, XML, JavaScript, text, HTML format, we call it as REST web services. Two applications exchanging information with each other using HTTP as a protocol and based on JSON, XML, JavaScript, text, HTML format, we call it as REST web services. Okay, and testing the request and response between two applications based on JSON, XML, JavaScript, text, HTML format using HTTP as a protocol. We call it this testing as REST web service testing. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Is it clear now? Okay. Okay. Done. I hope it is clear for all of you. So now let's discuss some points over here. Okay, REST stands for representational state transfer. Okay, SOAP stands for simple object access protocol, whereas REST stands for representational state transfer. Okay, it means when a RESTful API is called, the server will transfer to the client a representation of the state of the request. Okay, basically, no, don't understand this is silly point. Okay, means when a uh, wait a second, just wait a second. Okay, get a call. Yeah, so sorry. Okay, yeah. So REST stands for representational state transfer. Okay, REST stands for representational state transfer. It means when a RESTful API, it means when a RESTful API is called, the server will transfer to a client a representation of the state of the request. Basically, SOAP we can understand like SOAP is a protocol. Okay, simple object access protocol. SOAP is a protocol, whereas REST is a kind of theory or it is a concept. It is a concept that we have to understand. Okay, so this line don't understand. Okay, let it be. Rust is an architectural style. It is an just like an architectural. What is the role of architectural? Architectural is need to design some buildings. So just like that, Rust is an architectural style for developing web services. Rust is popular due to its simplicity. It is very simple to write. It is very simple to understand. That is, it is very famous for its simplicity and the fact that it builds upon existing system and features on the internet's HTTP resource. Okay, and then REST web service, as I said before, two applications exchanging information between each other with the help of JSON, XML, JavaScript, text, HTML using HTTP as a protocol is known as REST web service. REST web service is exposed via URI file. Okay, here I have not mentioned, but like this soap web services were exposed via WSDL file. Just like that, all REST web services are exposed via URI file. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. uh, One extra thing I will tell you, uh, URI, you know what, URL is equal to URN plus URI. So basically, URL is, all of us know what is URL. Okay, and URL is something uniform resource number, which will, it's something important and which we'll learn in our future classes. What is endpoints, why we are using, where it is and where it is used. Okay, and this is URI is Uniform Resource Identifier. I'll not much deep it in this. Okay, but just understand that all these REST web services are exposed via URI file. Just like all SOAP web services are exposed via WSDL file, means all those SOAP web services, SOAP web services are all those SOAP web services APIs are in WSDL file. So all these REST web services APIs are present in URI file. Okay, and these URI file are not registered anywhere. Okay, all these REST web services, just like WSDL files are registered in UDDI. Okay, all those web services APIs are present in WSDL file. All those WSDL files are registered in UDDI. But here in REST web services, all these REST web services APIs are present in URI file, but this URI file is not registered anywhere. Please click a picture of it and let me know if it is done. Is it clear? First of all, is it clear? I guess I have already told the same thing in SOAP web services also. Just in SOAP web services, whenever we are doing SOAP web services, data transportation will be done in XML format, only in XML format. But whenever we are doing REST web services, data transportation will be done, it can be done in JSON, XML, JavaScript, text, HTML format. That's why all those companies are you doing REST web services. Okay, this is all about services via SOAP is designed using too many standards. REST does not define too many standards. SOAP permits XML data format only, plain text, so many data format. Okay, SOAP define its own security. REST can be done auth 1.0. It can, like according to company need, it can define its security. Less preferred than REST, REST more preferred than SOAP. So this is all about difference between SOAP and REST. Okay. These are security levels: auth 1.0, 2.0. In Instagram we have, I guess, auth 2.0. Auth 1.0 it's something different level security. Okay, bearer token we will learn in our future classes. Okay, and yeah, done. Please click a picture of this too. Difference between SOAP web service and REST web service. This is a important question and asked question in interviews. So please click a picture of this too. Okay. Okay, done. Second point, no need to build that feature from scratch. Okay, we can understand this thing by like we had taken one example of Google Map and Uber. Okay, what we were doing, like, is Uber is building that Google Map structure, that a Google Map feature from scratch? No, he has just asked to Google Map to provide that providers only those services. So what Google Map did, Google Map created one API and provided all those services which is needed to Uber. Okay, so now Uber is there is no need for Uber to build that feature from scratch. So that's why second point, no need to build a feature from scratch. Third, business opportunity. Obviously we will get more and more business opportunity if we are doing web services. As you can see in our day-to-day life, so Zomato, Swiggy, they all are doing web services. Okay, so obviously business opportunity will increase. Okay, service reuse, we can reuse the service again and again. Okay, we can reuse the same services again and again. And last point, and but the most important point is for fifth, loosely coupled. What does it mean? It means that if any change happens in one application, when application is providing web services to another application, so in that particular application if any feature got changed, it will not affect in that another application. Okay, so like whenever a feature change we have to do regression testing, all of us know. Okay, so if any changes happens in any application, it will not affect in different application. Okay, so that's why we call it as loosely coupled. That advantages of web services: interoperability, means platform independent and language independent. Second, we no need to build this feature from the scratch. Third, obviously we will get more business opportunity. Fourth, we can reuse the services. And fifth is loosely coupled. It means that whenever a feature got changed in one application, it will not affect in another application because it is loosely coupled. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Disadvantage of SOAP web services, so many disadvantages we have. Like we can't transport the data between two applications. If we want to transport it in uh, uh, JSON format or text format, we can't transport it. Okay, two applications can't directly transport data without parceling. So many disadvantages have. You can explore, please. You can explore and you will get to know what are the disadvantages that we have here. Okay, so those 5 points of web services is clear. Advantages of web services clear, no? Okay. Service reuse means like we are just reusing the same services. Okay, we don't need to build some more services or something. We are just doing web services again and again, so we are reusing the same services. Okay, who is best, rest or soap? Rest. Okay, that okay, sir. Thank you. Now, advantages of web services. See, server. Now, from this structure, we understood that here we have one browser. Okay, what we are doing, we are sending one request. That request we are calling it as HTTP request. It will go to one server. That request will get executed. Then all those with the help of parcel tools, we are converting objects, Java object or Python object into XML or JSON. Then in XML or JSON format, it will go to server 2. If it is XML, then if you are doing SOAP web services, then it is XML. If you are doing REST web services, then it is JSON. It will go to server 2. In server 2, it will execute that request in XML or JSON format. Then it will extract the data from database. Then it will give a response in XML or JSON format. If it is SOAP web service, then XML. If it is REST service, then JSON or XML also, or text also, HTML also, JavaScript also. It will give response to the server, and then servers will give HTTP response to browser. That's what we learned. Slowly, we learned how exactly it is working in backend. What is the architecture behind that? Okay. Then, what is this HTTP structure? What is this HTTP structure? HTTP structure includes header and body. HTTP structure includes header and body. Okay. So now what is this HTTP request and HTTP response? I told you that I will cover this topic in my future classes, so that's why I'm covering now. Okay, what is HTTP request and HTTP response? Whenever we are sending one HTTP request, so in header, first of all, HTTP method will come. It is mandatory. M stands for mandatory. What is HTTP method? It will suggest us basically telling you what is HTTP method. Whenever we are going to someone to some restaurant or dhaba, okay, I already explained this by giving one example. It depends what kind of request we are giving to server. According to that request, we will get response. If we are requesting to waiter that we will have one aloo paratha, obviously waiter will go to chef. It will told to chef that please execute the request of this aloo paratha, and the same aloo paratha we will get as a response from chef. ओके, हम जाएंगे, कोई भी किसी की जॉब लग गई तो तुम लोग अगर दयालु हो गए, कुछ अच्छे कुछ हो गए तो कुछ ट्रीट दोगे मेरे को, तो रेस्टोरेंट ढाबा लेके जाओगे, तो जैसे सर्वर है, वेटर है, तो हम उसको एक रिक्वेस्ट बोलेंगे कि मेरे को आलू पराठा खाना है, मेरे को क्या रसमलाई खाना है, कुछ भी एक बियर लेके आओ, समथिंग समथिंग, मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा। तो रिक्वेस्ट वेटर जाएगा, रिक्वेस्ट लेके शेफ के पास, शेफ प्रिपेयर करेगा वो रिक्वेस्ट, और सेम रिक्वेस्ट हमको शेफ वो रिक्वेस्ट एग्जीक्यूट करेगा और रिस्पॉन्स दे देगा वेटर को, फिर वेटर लाके हमको वो रिस्पॉन्स दे देगा। मतलब हम जैसा रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं वैसा हमको रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा। अगर हम कुछ क्रिएट करने का रिक्वेस्ट बोल रहे हैं तो हमको क्रिएटेड रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा। अगर हमको कुछ अपडेट करना होगा कहीं, तो हमको अपडेट का रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा। ठीक है, तो एचटीटीपी मेथड में यही होता है कि ये डिफाइन करता है कि किस तरह की आप रिक्वेस्ट भेज रहे हो, वैसा आपको रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा। ठीक है, जब प्रैक्टिकल्स करेंगे तब आपको इसके बारे में और समझ में आएगा। ठीक है, नाउ वेब यूआरएल, all of us we know that what is web URL, okay, unique address and all those things. Okay, content type. What is content type? What is the type of content that we are sending request? Is it in JSON format? Is it in XML format? Is it in text format? क्या कंटेंट टाइप क्या है जो रिक्वेस्ट भेज रहे हैं, उसका कंटेंट क्या है, कौन से फॉर्मेट में है वो जेसन फॉर्मेट में है, एक्सएमएल में है, टेक्स्ट फॉर्मेट में है, किस फॉर्मेट में है। ठीक है, ये होता है कंटेंट टाइप और ये ऑप्शनल होता है। ठीक है, कुकीज। कुकीज क्या होता है? कुकीज बेसिकली एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन और एडिशनल डेटा होता है। ठीक है, जब भी आप लोग अपने क्रोम पे भी देखते होगे, वहां पे क्या कुकीज एंड कैचे क्लियर करने को बोलता है, वो बेसिकली एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन, एडिशनल डेटा रहता है जो हमको अपने सिस्टम पे नहीं चाहिए रहता है, इसलिए हम क्लियर करते हैं। ठीक है, तो कुकीज कुछ नहीं, कुछ एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर हो जाती है, वही हेडर में होती है। ठीक है, डन। नाउ बॉडी, फॉर्म और रॉ डेटा, इट इज ऑल्सो ऑप्शनल। ओके, कि जैसा हम डेटा हम सेंड कर रहे हैं, हम क्या कौन सा डेटा भेज रहे हैं, मतलब मैंने कोई अपना जेसन फॉर्मेट में अपना, जैसे मैं उस दिन जेसन फॉर्मेट में अपना नाम लिखा था, एज लिखा था और जेंडर लिखा था, ये सारा कुछ लिखा था, तो मैंने एक ये मैं डेटा पास कर रहा हूँ, तो ये सारा डेटा रिक्वेस्ट करने टाइम पे जाएगा कि मैं ये रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ कि ऐसा डेटा कहीं पे जाके क्रिएट करो, ऐसा डेटा कहीं पे जाके स्टोर करो। ठीक है, तो एक मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, तो इसलिए एचटीटीपी रिक्वेस्ट में आ रहा है कि कौन सा डेटा, किस टाइप का डेटा मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ। ओके, नाउ स्लाइड 60 प्लीज। ओ वेट आई विल, अच्छा, ओके, आई गेस you not have any question. आई विल टेल यू दिस वन, आई विल टेल यू कैसे पता लगेगा। पहली बात तो, अगर हम ऑब्वियसली हम ट्री स्ट्रक्चर में लिख रहे हैं, तो ट्री स्ट्रक्चर में क्या होता है, एक्सएमएल होता है। अगर हम मैपिंग स्ट्रक्चर में लिख रहे हैं, हमने बताया हूँ मैं कि कैसे जेसन फॉर्मेट में लिखना होता है, कैसे एक्सएमएल फॉर्मेट में लिखना होता है। एक्सएमएल फॉर्मेट में कैसे, वो एचटीएमएल टाइप में लिखता है, ट्री स्ट्रक्चर में रहता है। जेसन फॉर्मेट कैसा, मैपिंग स्ट्रक्चर, वो बेसिकली दो ऑब्जेक्ट से चालू करो, नेम वैल्यू पेयर में रहेगा, कॉमा से सेपरेट होगा, तो ऐसे हमको पता चलेगा कि हम किस कंटेंट में डेटा पास कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, और बेसिकली वहाँ पे भी ऑप्शन भी रहता है कि कौन से कंटेंट पे आपको डेटा चाहिए है, जेसन में चाहिए है, एचटीएमएल में चाहिए है, एक्सएमएल में चाहिए है। ठीक है, तो बेसिकली कंटेंट टाइप का मतलब वो है। ठीक है, फॉर्म, रॉ डेटा, ठीक है, ऑलरेडी मैंने बताया कि कौन सा डेटा मैं भेज रहा हूँ, ठीक है, रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, कौन सी मैं बॉडी में कौन सा डेटा मैं एग्जैक्टली रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ। जैसे मैंने कुछ डेटा पहले लिखा हुआ था अपना, अपने बारे में कुछ आ गई है, एज ये जेंडर ये, ठीक है। तो वैसे ही जैसे मैं एक डेटा सपोज ये रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ कि कहीं पे क्रिएट करो, तो ये सारा डेटा फॉर्म रॉ डेटा में आएगा, एचटीटीपी रिक्वेस्ट में आएगा, ठीक है। अब एचटीटी रिस्पॉन्स में क्या कि रिस्पॉन्स क्या कि हमने कुछ रिक्वेस्ट मिला, सर्वर ने वो चीज रिक्वेस्ट एग्जीक्यूट करी और हमको कुछ रिस्पॉन्स मिला, ठीक है। सो ऑल दीज विल कम अंडर दिस एचटीटीपी रिस्पॉन्स। लाइक स्टेटस कोड, सबसे पहले स्टेटस कोड। स्टेटस कोड क्या होता है? स्टेटस कोड से ही पता चलेगा कि बेसिकली, वन सेक,